Everybody say Japada, Japada. Hello everybody, long time no see. Welcome back to this family channel. So this is Akomolafe. I missed you all my lovely fans. Thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me. And I want to say special thanks to those people who reached out to me at the back just to check on me, to see how I'm getting on and what's been happening. Man, a lot has happened in the last weeks. So the last time I posted was in June. I think it was just about mid-June or just past mid-June was the last time I posted. Yeah, so I'm just going to give these updates in batches. So I'm going to quickly recap on what happened when I went off. I didn't plan to go off just like that. Like, I thought, okay, I was just going to not record in the whole of July, like I said, and, you know, carry on recording in August. So I was only, the plan was to miss just July. But sometime in June, about second, third week in June, I was still working. You know, I'd handed in my resignation from the last video I did. And I was my baby became unwell and I too became unwell. So I couldn't go to work for the last few weeks of work. And, you know, I couldn't work. We had to go to A&E for like 2 times. And that took me throughout the rest of my employment period. You know, the few weeks that I should have spent in work. I think about 3 weeks or so that I should have spent in work. I couldn't go back to work. So unfortunately, I just had to go back on the last day to hand in my work equipment and then just say goodbye to the team. It was a very emotional goodbye. You know, it was so difficult saying goodbye to the team, you know, in a place that you've been for 3 years plus. And not just the team. That's what makes it different this time. It's not just the team, but like away from the kind of social work that I've been practicing into a different world entirely. Yeah, so that was what happened in the whole of June that you didn't see me. And fast forward to July, and I thought, okay, July, I am going to post. But then there were some things that were happening in July that, you know, I know that I said I won't post, but I just wanted to like drop one video just to keep people updated. But with, you know, with regards to the relocation, there were so many things that we needed to have put in place. For example, there are so many outstanding, or there were so many outstanding outgoings in terms of loans and outpayments, you know, like bills and things that I needed to tidy up a little bit so that I'm not in Nigeria and accumulating debt in the UK. So I needed to tidy up these things. And some of them kind of were a little bit difficult to handle at that point. So I just thought, let me just focus on these things and get them done rather than just, you know, focusing on video. I became like really, really busy. Let me focus on this relocation. It was so hard packing. I think we must have had like 13 suitcases to pack. You know, 13 suitcases to pack for the entire family. So that was so hard doing. And then that took the entire time. So apologies once again to the people in the group too. My sincere apologies. It was so difficult. I've been very, very busy. So Japada has happened, guys. Japada has finally happened. And just in the week before Japada, I was able to meet up with family and friends, work colleagues, you know, different places, just to have, you know, nice dinner with them, catch up and let them know that we are going to Nigeria. People let us know that we're going to be greatly missed. We are going to be missing them as well. You know, it was so emotional. It was so emotional. It was so hard to part, you know, from that way of life that we've been used to, and actually coming to Nigeria with kids. People who have been doing it, I don't know how you guys are doing it, but it's one of the hardest things ever. So Japada happened, and we've successfully moved into our, you know, our own little accommodation. When we arrived, we had delays on our flight, and it was so rough. In fact, I couldn't even do much videos. I was that exhausted. You know, it's like what I imagined versus reality. They are two different things. If I'm going to be completely honest, what I imagined versus what the reality is, they are two different things entirely. Because I was thinking, okay, because of all the planning that I put in place and all the things I've done, even with the accommodation has been very stressful. You know, dealing with artisans, I've been saying that throughout my video, dealing with artisans whilst living in the UK and trying to get things done here. Thank God for my brother who's been helping me, who eventually came over and actually even had to come and stay in the uncompleted house to make sure that things are done properly. And that's how we've been able to manage to get the outcome that we have today. There's still more work to be done. As you can see, the window line there still needs to be filled and repainted. So there's still more work to be done, but at least it's still in a livable state now. So thanks to my brother who's been helping me. Yeah. So that has been particularly challenging. You have workmen who know what they are doing, and we have loads who have no clue what they are doing. And things have to be redone and redone and redone. And some things that they couldn't even redo is either we yank it off completely and do it from scratch, or we live with it like that. So that's our reality. So part of the things that I meant when I said what I imagined was different from the reality was I thought, okay, when I'm at the airport, I'll be relaxed and taking videos and, you know, with my kids, and we're going to be going from, whilst we're waiting for our flight, we'll be having fun. It wasn't fun at all. It wasn't fun in the sense that the kids were very unsettled, being that it's their first time, you know, traveling generally. They've never been they've not gone on holiday outside the country. It's always been staycation they've been having in the UK. But here, we are going on the plane for the first time. So they were excited. At the same time, there was this unexpected delay with our airline. And they delayed us on the aircraft for 2 hours. We just sat down there. Imagine your flight's supposed to be 6 hours and then ended up being 8 hours. 2 hours just sitting down there. No AC, no aircon. People were actually passing out on the aircraft. People were collapsing. They were doing resuscitation. Just because we were waiting for one piece of equipment. You know, the captain just kept announcing we are waiting for one piece of equipment. One piece of equipment kept a fully loaded Airbus or air traveler, whatever that mighty plane was. He kept us there for 2 hours, sat down there. My baby was so uncomfortable. It was so very stressful experience for us. You know, so yeah. So I couldn't take videos. In fact, me, I was just trying to keep hydrated myself so that I'm not one of the people that will pass out on the plane. And because of that, those delays that we had and the extra time we had to spend on the plane changing the baby, and the time we spent looking for 13 suitcases containing our clothes and our belongings, we did not get home, or we couldn't go to our original home. We had to lodge somewhere close by for the night because we didn't arrive there until midnight. And we were there for the night. The kids were like having mixed emotions because I was trying to study their emotions. Like I said, you know, the children's reaction or the way they settle will determine how I react. Because this Japada, like people know, we are experimenting, and I'm just praying. I want it to work. I'm going to give it my 100%. I mean, for me to have given up my job and looking forward to doing new things in Nigeria, even gone on to manage to secure like a place of business, you know. So for people to know that I'm not joking. I really want to make this work, and by God's grace, I want them to enjoy Nigeria because they're the main reason I'm here. Just like I said that they are the main reason I relocated to UK in the first place. They are the main reason I'm here. And people don't get it. Some people keep asking, oh, why do you take your kids to Nigeria? You know, each to their own. Everybody knows how hard it is to raise kids in this Western world. And I know people always say, it's how you raise your kids and it's how you raise your kids. I can tell you, I took 2 kids to the UK. One was 3, one was 1. And I've since had 3 children in the UK. I've raised children in the UK for 15 years. So I can tell you, and with my profession being a social worker and the things that I see in family dynamics, so I know from experience that my own children need to come back to their roots and they need to get used to the system. So when they landed in at the airport in Nigeria, you know how chaotic Nigeria airport is and how people will be getting in your face. Do you want trolley? Do you want this? Madam taxi? Man, it was just too much. Once we were waiting for our ride to come, people were actually in our faces. It was just uncomfortable. My children were crying, and mind you, it was about 10 o'clock past 10 at night. So it was way past their bedtime. And that's not the time you want people in that rowdy place coming to your face and say, well, even they can say that you are clearly waiting for somebody to pick you up. Yeah, Madam Taxi, Madam this, it's just too much. You know, so that got to the kids a little bit. They were like, I want to go back. That was the first thing my little girl said. She said, call, she mentioned our family friend's name who took us to the airport. She said, call him to come and take me back home. I said, this is home now, we are here. He said, no, where is the kitchen? This is not home. Look at all these people. So, but eventually when we got to the place where we lodged for the night, she kind of settled down. She just slept off straight away. And luckily there was 24 hours electric there. So there was lights, there was AC. They just slept off. And then the following morning, we made our way. So that was when they could clearly see Lagos. They could clearly see the roads, the buildings. And so they would say, oh, some buildings looked ugly. but then some buildings look nice. So I said to them, just admit it, especially with my older son, my son who came with us, that it's not as bad as he thought it was. And he struggled with that for a while, but it's now since admitted that it's not as bad as he thought it was. So since I'm doing this video, this is 3 days into Japada, guys. This is 3 days into arriving in Lagos. And so that was my son's reaction. The younger ones, you know, the one that is a baby, she's just playing, and once she's fed, she's happy. The little girl, it was just at the airport, she was very unsettled and wanted to go back home. But since coming into our own flat, although a lot of cleaning still needs to be done, we're cleaning bit by bit, getting people to help us. But she's since settled down and realizing that yes, this is home. It's just that we need to try and go out more because we don't have means of we are not mobile yet, so we are stuck indoor. We are trying to, you know, get Uber and things like that to just see if we can go out a little bit more. And for me, I would say that I came with a different mindset this time than when I came 2 years ago to visit. I was just here 4 days last time I came, so it was a different mindset. It was just like in and out kind of thing. But this time around, I came with a different mindset of I'm going there to stay for a while. I mean, to stay for a long time. So that's the mindset I came with. So that didn't make me, the only thing I would just say was I was just disappointed by a few things. And I know it would have been much worse if I didn't have my brother who helped me with managing this little project. But I was disappointed by the quality of things, you know, that were used in some places in the house. Some of the materials that were used were, you know, we paid for premium, good quality stuff, and then we got very things were just breaking and falling apart. You know, you see things are not done to perfection. A lot of things not looking so good. But we had people who did good jobs as well. So I won't write down everything. I would say 50-50. I would say 50-50. Yeah. So things still need to be touched up and all that. So yeah. So that's just one of the realities I'm having to live with at the moment. And another thing is the food. So part of the reason we relocated was for the children to be able to enjoy African food more. They don't like African food, especially the little ones. They don't like African food. So the foods that we got the first couple of days were so spicy that even me that I claim that I eat pepper, the food was so spicy that I couldn't even taste the sweetness of the food. It was just too much pepper. And my husband is somebody who likes pepper as well. So we struggle with that. And we've since been able to, you know, get our kitchen up and running and cooked for ourselves. So that's we've already tackled that. So like I said, this is just day 3 into Japada. So I will be keeping you guys posted. I'm keeping you updated. The business location I got, I'm yet to visit the place. So I will be setting up soon there. Like I said, you know, I've been telling you guys for many months that there are so many things, you know, to look out for on this channel. I think now I can confidently say that what I want to come and do in Nigeria, you know, at first I thought I would just come and relax. I won't be doing any job or anything like that. I'm just, you know, just relax and maybe, you know, my husband will be supporting whichever little way he can. We don't need much. But then I thought, okay, I'll be bored and I won't be putting myself to use. I'm too young to just sit down at home and not do anything, regardless of having a baby or not. So I thought, okay, the best way to kind of carry on working as a social worker was to start something, you know, similar to a charity shop in Nigeria and in the UK, you know, in the little out there. You know, even just giving school bags to children at school, or even school shoes to children, you know, or even giving baby clothes to mothers, single mothers who have babies. Anything that you know, they are not too much. Little things sometimes go a long way. You know, something like that. It could be just maybe helping an elderly person check their blood pressure. Who knows? So you need to come and see what we are setting up in our shop. I have a picture in my mind, and so far, I don't know how that is working out. When I was in the UK, I had lots of pictures in my head. I've not been able to recreate that picture. So that's what I'm saying, what you ordered versus what you got, that kind of thing. So, but with the business too, I have a picture in my head. So we need to see whether we can make that actually become a reality. We can actually make that become a reality, yeah. So we just have to try, you know, honestly. Man. One thing I would say though is two things. Nigeria, you know Nigeria, I mean Nigerian, so we are used to all the hustle and bustle. So I won't be talking trash about Nigeria or anything like that. In fact, if anything, I would say a little bit of improvement in terms of roads and things a little bit. And then we did try to drive off traffic, so I've been able to avoid traffic so far. But two things I would say hit me immediately, and I think it's because you are, when you are trying to maintain or trying to achieve a certain kind of standard, is internet. You put it, I know something, I won't lie that you did not tell me, but you did not emphasize. It's different for me to tell somebody that this thing is costly, and it's a different thing to emphasize that this thing is really, really costly. Internet is like, hey, apparently the one that we used the first day was supposed to last us for 7 days. That finished under 24 hours. And thanks to my son, who I was just trying to make him feel welcome and calm, and I was just on the phone playing games away and all that. And internet finished very quickly. So I've realized that internet is one that we have to look out for, And then another thing is the rough driving. The way people drive in Nigeria is scary. Like, hey, I was like this the entire time. Like, I was always looking like, hey, are they going to hit each other? The driving is something that we need getting used to as well. The driving quite rough, quite rough driving. But I think over time you get used to it. Like, it seems normal to everybody. So why won't it seem normal as well? After a while, you will blend. So we are still going through that phase of being Nigerianized again. So we are going through that phase. So thank you so much for all my fans who have been waiting for Japada, who have patiently waited for Japada to happen. Japada has happened. We are now live in Lagos. You will give us time, because we are still trying to settle down. Honestly. In fact, I don't even know how I'm going to do this in terms of the amount of things that need to be done. I know people have already told me that Nigeria is high, is busy, is stressful. It's a different kind of stress. Let me put it, I don't know how to explain that, but it's a different kind of stress. It's not like the stress in the UK. The stress in the UK is a different kind of stress. The one in Nigeria is a different kind of stress. And I say that people get by somehow. People get by. Like, people are a little bit laid back. People do things at their own pace. Especially when you are not working for somebody. They take their time. If they can't make it today, I'll come tomorrow. It's not a problem. Like, I get that vibe a lot here. I don't know, that's me. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. But I get that vibe a lot here that, well, I can't do it today, so it's tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'm sorry, today I'll come tomorrow again. Those kind of things needs getting used to, Yeah, so the ones I can't wait for and the ones I can do myself, I just get up and trying to do it. So I think I'm overworking myself a little bit, trying to make the house perfect. But today I just said, no, I have to come on camera, let people know I'm here. So I don't know what way this recording will be going yet, if it's once a week or twice a week, but I will start setting up. I want to start setting up my business place as well. So I'll start setting up, and then you can start saying all these things as I go along. So thank you so much for those people who have been following us on this journey. I will be sure to say hello to the group, and I just want to thank everybody who's been encouraging me, supporting me. Yeah, somebody who said try to get electricity sorted. Man, they were not joking. They weren't joking at all. You need electricity, like you need light, you need water, and those two things we've been managing so far. Drinking water is one thing that we are trying to sort out now. People are saying get a dispenser, all sorts of things. So after this video, that's what we are going to sort out today. So thank you guys, and keep following us on the channel, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.